Ahorita en este momento me gusta hacer ropa.
Anything that like you can use to express like feelings or emotions.
So I'm a makeup artist. So I do special effects makeup.
He estado cosiendo mucho y estoy en el programa de moda aquí en San Francisco State. Y no sé, siempre me ha interesado mucho la moda y me ha interesado mucho aprender a hacer ropa. Y entonces decidí um, seguir esa carrera en la escuela para poder aprender eso. No sé si es algo que quiero hacer en el futuro como una carrera, pero sí me gusta aprender. Sí, hay muchas otras formas de arte. A mí me gustan mucho las manualidades, me gusta hacer cosas con mis manos. Me gusta mucho como los textiles. Desde que empezó la pandemia, como estaba en mi casa, no tenía nada que hacer, yo misma me enseñé a hacer crochet. Y desde allí me ha interesado mucho aprender a hacer manualidades con hilos, lo que tenga que hacer con crochet, tejido. Sí, todo eso me interesa mucho. Siento que es muy bonito y no sé, me gusta mucho que hay una comunidad que se rodea con esas manualidades porque pienso que es muy importante conservarlas.
Anything that like you can use to express like feelings or emotions, I guess, or like some sort of idea. I'm a huge consumer of like music. I love listening to music. I like have my headphones always on. As of for like making art, I do like crochet sometimes, but like that's really the only thing that like I use, I guess. I definitely consume a lot more than like I make, and it was like this trend on TikTok, and it was really cute. Um, yeah, it's just like really cute form of art, and I like it. It's pretty easy, I think. At least more than knitting. Yeah, it's also like pretty accessible, I would say. Just like just need hands and yarn. Yarn's pretty cheap, so I listen to all types of music. What was I just listening to? I think it was. I was listening to Mac Dre earlier, and then before that, I was listening to Beyonce. Before that, it's Kate Bush. So it's like a lot of different artists I like to listen to. So yeah, I am a amateur CD collector, so I collect a bunch of CDs. I don't buy vinyls because they're like really expensive. But yeah, I have some CDs at home. I have a lot of CD players. Yeah, I mean, if you like look at my top artists, you could pretty much grasp the type of person I am.
For me, I guess art is anything that just is someone's like expression. Like it's sort of like an extension of oneself because it's sort of telling a story that you can't really tell with either your words or yourself or images. So you have to use like a different medium other than like your words. Because there's some things that just can't be like translated in a sentence, I think. So I'm a makeup artist. So I do special effects makeup. So my main medium or like use of artistic expression comes from creating special effects makeup looks, different Halloween is a really popular time for me, but I do stuff outside of that. So I've explored things of like religion and cultural stuff. I'm from Guanajuato, born over there, and so I've done things about like inspired by like Las Momias de Guanajuato and the story there, and also just other fun stuff that don't have such like strong messages, but that help me just express a side of me that I can't necessarily express in other areas. Like I can't come to school in a full clown face, but I can do that, on my free time as a part of my expression. So for me, I think I started painting and like drawing and doing all that stuff as a kid. But when I was in around fifth grade, this TV show aired on the Sci-Fi Channel, and it was called Face Off, and it was literally about special effects makeup. And I would watch it with my mom and my uncle and my aunt and eventually my sisters and then my dad. So it was something we all watched together. And I was always into horror movies growing up. So when I would see that, I was like, oh, I want to do that, especially because a lot of the people on there weren't really like representative of minoritized groups. So I was like, I think I could do this and do it just as well as them, even if I don't look like them. So I started doing it when I was in sixth grade, and I'm in my fifth year of college now. So it's been over a decade that I've been doing this, and I chose makeup just because I think it's physically manipulating your body and physically changing like the features of it. I think is something that a lot of people think about in other ways, like cosmetic surgeries, or if you're like a black and brown person, you sort of think about, oh, what can I do to make my features more desirable in like a society that focuses on like Eurocentricity and whiteness. So I thought that was an interesting flip of that, of like, well, what if I want to like manipulate my features, but not in a way that makes me more, desirable to mainstream community, but highlights the fact that, I exist as an outsider. World of like special effects and the world of horror, which is more of what I end up doing, it's not very welcoming or very diverse in terms of like having black and brown representation, Latina representation. So sort of like finding spaces where it was comfortable enough to ask questions or comfortable enough to just be in was really hard to find, because a lot of these people are, they're white folks, so they have a different understanding. Some of them have more access to resources. A lot of the folks that I've connected with are like self-taught. However, they just have more resource than I do, and I'm someone who has to go to like Walgreens, find what I can, use that and make something out of it. And it works out in the end, but it's one of those things where it's like, oh, imagine how much more I could do. So there has been moments where I second guess it, and I'm like, a part of me feels, oh, maybe I shouldn't invest so much time in this if I can't create like a career that can support me. Like, oh, why am I going to school? And all that kind of stuff is what I struggle with personally. Just trying to find a way to fit into this space that doesn't make me question or second guess my decisions.